and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with he was number 1 on Wreckfest with a very unlucky chain of events. So battling with an AI car just ends up stuck out wide, tries to get going before getting hit by 1, 2, and almost as it was rolling over, hit by a third, absolutely disintegrates the car. Or I say disintegrates the car, I mean it's missing a huge chunk out of the left-hand side. Still has about half health after an absolutely tremendous crash. Does get going again, a Volvo bounces off the roof, and then gets connected with a bunch of other cars before finding something solid, and then most of the health has gone away. Yep, that is from full health to 2 health in about 2 corners. It's not great. It's not great, not how you want things to start. The BFJ up next on Wreckfest, finding out why you don't cut a corner. In fact, this corner notoriously dangerous, and the Skyliner-like vehicle takes too much curb, but it's just launched. Yeah, it's a big launch. It does amazingly land on its wheels before being punted around by some more AI cars, but don't cut the corner there. It doesn't end well, it never ends well. We have Scott up next on Wreckfest. Now, I think there's been an update to the pinball mod, a fantastically wacky, crazy mod, this one, that is an awful lot of fun. I've played around with it before. So yes, the cars are going to ping around a little bit more than usual, but this one is mighty impressive. So much height. Managing to get pinged between 2 different vehicles, and the car is sent so far away, the free camera can't get to it. That's how far. You know, pinball mod is supposed to ping cars around, that's the point of it. That's gone so far the camera can't even follow it anymore. Nuzza with a sort of similar moment again with the pinball mod. Manages to absolutely launch the truck. Again, we're talking way out of the arena. That's how. I mean, yeah, perfect angle to launch the vehicle halfway across the map. Wonderful stuff. I'm going to have to play around with the pinball mod again. It's too much fun. Steam's Dev up next on Need for Speed Rivals. They are racing around with a Lamborghini. I think it's the Veneno, this one. Take a little bit too much speed, clip a truck, and punish for it by many rolls. It's a very bouncy bit of concrete. Unfortunately, Need for Speed kind of resets, crashes a bit quick, but that is some bouncy bits of concrete. The Step Forward up next on CarX Drift. Now, they are messing around with some of the traffic vehicles. You can ping them about, and yes, they managed to roll over a police car. Quite entertaining. See, the thing is, the police car will go and respawn, and when it does respawn, well, if you happen to be where it wants to load, it pings you about. They end up getting pinged by the police car, pinged by the other parked car they hit, and actually launched out of the map. I mean, it's quite impressive. It's quite... The timing was perfect, as the vehicles would like reset absolutely perfectly to launch the player car out of... It's one way to escape the bounds of the map. RC Cookie up next on Beam. Now, they are doing a challenge. Got to try and run away from the police. Now, the police are varied in their skills, shall we say. However, for this one, well, the FailRace Police Department, they were paying attention in training. You see, a sunburst sets off, and within the first 6 seconds, a police car turned in, perfectly timed to take the front wheel off, and then as the car went out the banking, it broke the other wheel, this being a front-wheel drive sunburst. Now, I mean, we wouldn't be able to steer even if it was rear-wheel drive. That's the most efficient I've ever seen. FailRace Police Department, the Beam Police, that was perfectly done. Absolutely perfectly done. That guy fires up next. Has a staff that spawns trucks. Now, I'm just going to say, while cool, I can't say I know this game particularly, but while cool to have a staff that can spawn essentially Optimus Prime, I would maybe not recommend spawning your truck in a cave, because, well, yeah, that's going to happen. If you fill a cave with trucks, at some point you're going to spawn too many, and the game is going to have enough of your shenanigans. Miniops is up next on CyberPunk. They are racing around with a motorbike, when the game decides no more bike for you, as it spawns a car basically inside of them. I mean, we've heard, like, you know, there's popping. Like, I don't know whether did they try to throw their sword at the car, or did they just put it away? I don't know. But either way, that's just unhelpful at that point. Douglas is up next. Now, they are driving around and manage to piss off an AI car. They turn in, they don't quite get it right, they clonk a delivery van. Now, said delivery van is not very happy with them. Much like in GTA, they go to attack the player. They manage to then punch each other while both trying to aim for the player, and then they start, well, fighting each other, ignoring the player. One of them kills the other, and then proceeds to drive off by running over... Oh, they don't quite run over the body, they crash into the building instead. The player got away with that one, somehow. I don't quite know how they did, but they did. Fourbitplayer is up next on iRacing with an AI that's just, they can't figure out how to drive. It managed to get stuck on the wall, bounced off the wall, crashed into a Porsche that crashed into, was it a Lamborghini or a Ferrari? I'm not sure what the pink car was. It was a Lamborghini, yeah. It's really easy to avoid the wall. Well, apparently not for the AI, but there we go. Calvintola is the final clip of the day. They are on Assetto Corsa, kind of driving some street cars, everything all going, I say, relatively well. The Mazda here going for an overtake, a little bit of sliding when one of the lead cars has just had enough. We saw this with, I think it was at Golf, was it last week, that just decided to go for a fly and wander away. This one's also done a very similar thing. It's just off, it's gone through the building. And no, I don't actually know what car it was at the front. It's had enough. It's had enough. Occasionally, cars just have enough on Assetto Corsa and decide they want to go and be free. So there we go. That is going to be it for this week's episode. As ever, we do need more clips to keep this series going. So if you do have stuff you'd like to submit to this series, you can via a Google form. There'll be a link to it in the description. All the rules and how it works can be found on there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, a goodbye.